Hey you, welcome back. So today we're going to get into Intro, Boy Meets Evil, and the reason for that is not that I decided to choose that one as a solo performance, but rather that some of you pointed out that it's kind of loosely connected to the storyline and it would be better for me to watch this one before I finally watch Blood, Sweat and Tears, the one that people have been crying out for ages. I'm so excited already for this. But apparently this one is produced and written by J-Hope in part. It's a collaboration with P-Dog, and RM also wrote some of the lyrics. The lyrics, I looked at the lyrics on Dual Set again, and they look very interesting in a way that it's almost like conducted like a separate alternate reality. It doesn't seem to be connected to J-Hope's own experiences necessarily. Correct me if I'm wrong, it could be, but the way that it's written is very dark almost, and very much not necessarily fairy tale like, but it reminds me of Adam and Eve. Because it is about talking about a love that's evil. So it's basically talking about sin, I think. The sin of falling in love with someone that isn't good for you. But evil is a very strong word, so I wonder what that is about. Even the opening line says, "It's getting dark, the light of my future." If that's not an opening line, I don't know what is. So the light of my future is being dulled basically by this shadow, or like this evil overshadowing my future. And it's not only evil though, because it's irresistible in its evilness, so you're kind of drawn to it. And he also always says it's sweet. It's too sweet. Too bad, but it's too sweet. Talking about obsessive love and complete addiction to another person. I'm kind of thinking it is another person, because he also says, because those lips were too sweet. So I'm guessing it's a person and not something. I mean, it could also be symbolizing something abstract, like for example, greed or fame or something like that, but I don't think that's it. So yeah, it paints a very vivid picture actually of almost a fairy tale-like story of a very dark, twisted, obsessive love, which is super interesting because I wouldn't have... It's kind of like they're venturing into something that's more of a storytelling thing rather than expressing the usual own experiences. That's what I get from it. So let's just watch the... I have the feeling that this is going to be equally visually stunning as the Wings short films.
My scene was not specifically this or that, but consisted of having shaken hands with the devil. The devil held me in his clutches. The enemy was behind me.
Oh, this is really dark. The devil held me in its clutches. I wonder if the devil is meant to be... I mean, they're not literally talking about the devil here, are they? Because it's more of like a person being evil, right? And RM is narrating again. This already... See? I knew it!
어두워져가 내 미래의 빛 지기 어린 사랑의 이른 꿈을 내 야망의 도끼 매어 칼을 갈았지 뭐 참을 수 없는 내 욕심에 칼을 묻어져 알고 있었다 이 사랑은 악마의 또 다른 이름 손을 잡지 마
I can't. You cannot show me things like this. J-Hope already is my bias. We cannot be having things like this. On another note, the scenery, the atmosphere that they're creating here is absolutely insane. Like I already thought it would be something quite dark. And this one is almost like also the shirt that he's wearing and everything. It just reminds me very much of a story, of like a darker fairy tale almost. And his performance and the way that you could hear the sound of his steps, like everything, the audio and the visual is very well put together. Can we just go back a little bit? And then the lighting changes from super dark to this smoky kind of grayish color, and then it goes purple. His expression!
내 야망의 도끼 매어 칼을 갈았지 뭐 참을 수 없는 내 욕심에 칼을 묻어져 알고 있었다 이 사랑은 악마의 또 다른 이름 손을 잡지 마 외쳤지만 쳐버렸지 내 양심을 날이 갈수록 느끼는 날카로운 실드 현실에 지겨운 게 묻은 비트 생각 못했지 그 욕심이 지옥을 부르는 나팔이 터지는
The way he moves his body is absolutely insane. I don't know where that control comes from. That little thing, that thing where he just like, it looked like his body was shaking.
숨이 차오르고 뒤틀린 현실에 눈 감는 매일 밤 울리는 비극에 오르고 But 이죄 벗게 그걸 잊는 게 당초에 보기가
It's also very expressive with lined up with the lyrics. When it's told about breathe, he puts his hand around his neck and then about over his mouth, and you could see that you can see the struggle. It's almost like he's being possessed or something, you know, and he's trying to rid himself of that. What the hell was that? Did you see? Did he just hit his head with his own foot? Oh! Oh my god! You can see everything here. He has so many facets. The torment that you see, and then suddenly with the switch, it switches and suddenly it's kind of more symbolizing the sin, you know, the expression, the tongue on his lip, the way that he's moving more seductively. When it switches to that other room that we already know, the colors on the room are the same paintings as in his short film on the walls, you know, where he was kind of like, where I said like it looks like he's tripping. That's such a good transition. Let's see that again. And the lyrics. Oh my. Okay. How did that? Oh, I didn't mean to pause on that one. I can't. No. Okay, first of all, the wings. We see the wings in the back, similar to the shadow that we saw in J-Hope's, that we saw in Jungkook's short film. And then the flip with one hand. That one was good too, like a really nice modern back roll over one shoulder here. Beautiful. Oh. I'm honestly shook because his voice suddenly drops like what feels like 5 octaves. I love his deep voice, and the way that he kneels down, he looks up, and the hand that goes up on his neck, it's almost like it's like biblical, you know? The lighting and everything. Like he's praying or something.
It's too evil. You're so evil.
Okay, it says Wings here, but it's Wings comeback trailer, so I don't really understand that though, because the Wings short films, his Wings short film was Mama, the song, right? And not this, Boy Meets Evil. So I'm kind of lost on where the connection here is, but I can see that it incorporates the same elements as the Wings short films, which is that play with good and bad, dark and light. You cannot have one without the other, and it's like that constant tug and pull between those two sides, you know. I think that's very well symbolized, like very well portrayed in here. But I don't really know what it has to do with his own story in the storyline is what I'm saying. So maybe it's just loosely connected. I kind of want to watch that again. Let's watch it again. Because there's so many elements here. Like, I'm not gonna pause this time, I'm just gonna watch it as a whole.
My sin was not specifically this or that, but consisted of having shaken hands with the devil. The devil held me in his clutches. The enemy was behind me.
I really love RM's narration for the whole short films as well, and this one now. The book is Demian by Hermann Hesse, you guys said. Also the music. We haven't talked about the music yet. Somehow it looks very also like vampire-esque aesthetics to me. Again. His movements are insane. So quick and precise. That jump, the transition with that jump. Oh, I love this part.
It's too evil. You're so evil.
And then how he's left there in the dark. Everything kind of goes out of focus, and you can, like, he's left in there, you know? I think that's significant too. All the light goes away. and he was talking about the light of his future being dimmed. I can't with him. This was art. I'm loving the Wings era so far, and everything that I've seen so far, and I'm really looking forward to Blood, Sweat and Tears now. But he is just a born performer. So that was Boy Meets Evil. Very dark, very otherworldly, and very expressive. I really liked it, and I hope you enjoyed my commentary slash first watch slash analysis, and I will see you for Blood, Sweat and Tears. Bye.